Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us this morning. What a beautiful fall morning. I appreciate all of you coming, and to our media partners, thanks for making time. My name is Mark Nelson. I'm the relatively new town manager here in Simsbury, and I get the honor and privilege of just speaking to you briefly and introducing some of our electeds and other stakeholders that are here with us today. You're going to be hearing from our First Selectman, Wendy Mackstutis, who'll be introducing the senator shortly. Also, our state rep, Melissa Osborne, will be saying a few words to you. She was instrumental, by the way, in helping the Housing Authority get this grant, so we're all very appreciative to her and her efforts. Also with us, we've got members of our Board of Selectmen here. Stephen Antonio, sir, thank you for coming, is our Deputy First Selectman, and Diana Isley is here as well. Thank you, Diana. And we've also got members of town staff, police command, and many other members of boards and commissions are with us as well. We're here just to take a minute and be grateful and thankful for the award of some significant funding for the Simsbury Housing Authority. And I have the privilege, without further ado, of introducing Ms. Cheryl Cook, who everyone here knows is very active in our community, serves on the board of directors of the Housing Authority. She's also with us on the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council, and I have the privilege of working with her on the newly formed Housing Policy Advisory Commission as well, that our Board of Selectmen created this past February to take a look at some of the housing challenges faced by our community, in fact, the whole country. So without further ado, Ms. Cheryl Cook.
Thank you. I'm going to try not to roll down the stairs at you.
I got you.
Because it'll be very distressing. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. I'm so pleased to... Here, you want me to hold? I don't know if that's going to work.
There we go.
I'm so pleased to be here today to welcome Senator Blumenthal to Simsbury and to be given the opportunity to speak on behalf of the Simsbury Housing Authority. The Simsbury Housing Authority provides 110 units of low-income housing to limited-income seniors and persons with disabilities. There are two types of low-income housing available at the Simsbury Housing Authority. The Dr. Owen Murphy apartments are named after Dr. Murphy, who came to Simsbury in 1923. This country doctor treated President William Taft at the Simsbury House and exchanged boyhood tales of Vermont with President Calvin Coolidge. During Prohibition, he was even sworn in as a deputy sheriff. These units are for unassisted, independent living, age 62 and over, or for those receiving Social Security disability benefits. There is a community center, laundry facilities, full-time maintenance, storage units, and gazebos to enjoy the outdoor spaces. We are committed to providing a safe and affordable environment in which our residents can maintain their independence. The other facility on the property is the Virginia Connolly residence. This facility is named after a dedicated nurse and a state legislator. This facility provides one meal a day, housekeeping service, laundry facilities, full-time maintenance staff, social, educational, and exercise programs, 24-hour security, and dial-a-ride services provided by Simsbury Social Services. Those residents requiring additional services and who are eligible also receive nursing, laundry, shopping, home health aides, social work services on site. These services are provided to assist residents on aging in place. Other amenities include a lounge, laundry facility, a wellness clinic, library, and social activities. The money provided by this grant will allow us to make much needed repairs and improvements to increase accessibility. Our priority improvements are window replacements for 70 units and tub conversions to walk-in showers for 40 units. The Housing Authority is very grateful to receive these funds. I would like to acknowledge our small but mighty staff who are working out the logistics of these improvements. Today, many of our board members are here. In fact, I think all of them are here. Joyce McCusick, our resident commissioner, Pradeep Bajaj, Amber Abul, Director Christine Winters, Manager Lori Lebetkin, and our maintenance manager, who's not here, Ken Baska. This would not have happened without the assistance of State Representative Melissa Osborne, and I would like to thank her for her efforts on our behalf. And on that note, I am pleased to introduce Representative Osborne.
Thank you so much, Cheryl, for that introduction to our community about our housing authority. And while it might not have happened without me, it also wouldn't have happened without the amazing efforts of many, many community volunteers here. I remember when we put this application in, I was a legislator for like a hot second, all right? This happened on February 13th, directly after I took office. And a random email came across in my new email inbox, which was filled with something like 800 lobbyist emails, and I was culling through them late at night, and I saw this grant opportunity reminder come across my email box. It might have been a reminder for people who've been in office before, but I'd never seen this before. And I had just finished taking a walk with our then Board of Selectmen Housing Authority liaison, Amber Abul. And we had really connected over our passion for housing here in Simsbury. Having served on the Zoning Commission, I was fully aware of our obligations as a town to provide affordable housing, as well as the opportunities and challenges that our town faces in doing that. Amber had arranged a meeting for me with the Housing Authority Executive Director, Christine Winters, and I was fresh with ideas and possibilities for housing, and I understood the needs that our housing authority was facing. So with that information percolating in my mind, I think at 9:30 at night or something, I texted or called Amber, and I said, oh my gosh, there's this opportunity. We have to get it done in like 24 hours. And I've got to tell you, everybody pulled together. Amber, Cheryl, Christine, and they got me the data and the information that we needed to get an entire application completed and submitted to our senators' offices within those 24 hours. And that just really goes to show what the dedication of community volunteers can make such a difference here in our homes in Simsbury and to our residents who are living in the housing authority and our residents all over our town. I'm so proud of the collaborative work we did. And thank you to Wendy Mackstutis for cheering us on as we brought this into the finish line. I'm just really proud of how everybody, regardless of party affiliation, regardless of any other belief, came together in record time to make this project happen. I am heartened to know that the living conditions of our seniors and disabled residents are going to be lifted, that they'll be living in conditions deserving of the dignity and respect that we expect and that we demand for our residents here in town. I'm excited to see what will happen next on housing and for the Housing Authority here in Simsbury. And we are so very grateful to Senator Blumenthal and to Senator Murphy for all of their efforts on our behalf to bring this really important funding here to Simsbury to increase the quality of life for our residents. So thank you very much, Senator Blumenthal, Senator Murphy, who's not here, and to the efforts of all their staff members as well in making this happen. And I think that my job now is to introduce our first Selectwoman, Wendy Mackstutis. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I'm First Selectman Wendy Mackstutis, and I'd like to say a few words to welcome Senator Blumenthal back to Simsbury. I'm not going to thank everybody that's here because Mark took care of all that, but it's very great to see a lot of town staff and our Board of Selectmen members and other board and commission members. Senator Blumenthal, we appreciate you taking the time to be here today and are always happy to have you visit us here in town. Since I've been in elected office, the Senator has been here for many key events. In support of arts and culture, he came to town and awarded the Shuttered Venues Grant to our Simsbury Performing Arts Center. As a member of the Armed Services Committee, we know the Senator is critical support for our military. So when we honored Simsbury resident, World War II veteran, and POW Dan Crowley, the senator took time out of his schedule to participate in an emotional memorial service at the PAC. Senator Blumenthal also came to lend his voice at a townwide vigil in support of Ukraine at Trinity Church in Terriffill, when we were all looking for ways to express solidarity. The town of Simsbury benefited when the senator responded to a request for funding so our police department could expand their technical capacity through multiple hardware and software upgrades. Which brings us to today. Our senator responded to an application submitted by State Representative Melissa Osborne to seek funding for desperately needed improvements at the Housing Authority. Our board had visited these residents and responded with some of our ARPA funding, but that wasn't nearly enough. Melissa recognized the ongoing needs, and by working with Christine, Cheryl, and the Housing Authority board, made the case for this much needed funding. The intent is to improve the life at Dr. Owen Murphy Apartments and Virginia Connolly residences, serving limited income seniors and individuals with disabilities, some of our most vulnerable residents in town. On that note, I'd like to thank you for all your support, Senator, and I'm going to turn this over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Wendy, and thank you for your leadership. Nobody fights harder for any town in the state of Connecticut than your first select woman. And I want to thank Melissa Osborne for just tirelessly advocating for housing, for law enforcement, for all the needs of Simsbury. To Mark Nelson for your professional guidance. Cheryl, thank you for your leadership. The fact of the matter is, I love Simsbury. And how could I not? Looking out at this scene, just such a classic, beautiful New England town on a fall day. I can tell you I have a lot of places to go today, but I'd much rather stay here and live here. So the reason is, quite honestly, because it is such a great community. Yes, it is beautiful. Aesthetically, it is a wonder on a fall day to be here and see the classic New England beauty of this place. But what really makes it special is the people. And I'm here, and Senator Murphy couldn't be here, but he and I together have felt that this need really should be a priority. Housing for people who need it. Housing for people who often have spent their whole lives here, and now, as they have grown older, want to stay in Simsbury and find it unaffordable. For our seniors and for people with disabilities, there has to be a place to live. It's part of keeping Simsbury the diverse and wonderful community that it is. It is part of making Simsbury inclusive and diverse. And that adds life and vitality to this great community in a way that all of you appreciate. And that's the reason that you are doing the hard work. You're the ones doing the hard work of making sure that this housing is as livable and attractive as it will be with this additional $640,000. Now, let me just be very clear. $640,000 in a hundreds of billions dollar budget measured in the trillions is a tiny fraction. My hope is it will be a force multiplier here. It will lead to additional commitments. You're already making improvements in the heating and electricity, electrical panels and so forth in these 110 units. But hopefully this additional grant from the federal government will be a force multiplier to do even more at the Dr. Owen Murphy and Virginia Connolly units. And let me just say, the money is federal, but the leadership is local. And the money is fungible. It's valuable, obviously. It's taxpayer money. We don't use it lightly. But it simply enables that local leadership to do the great work that you are doing. And nothing today is more important than housing, particularly for our seniors and disabled people. Thank you to Simsbury for your commitment to this cause. Makes me so proud to be here today and to be working with you along with Senator Murphy, and to know that a community has come together and is working together in a very bipartisan way, overcoming whatever differences we may have, to work together, come together for this common cause. Thank you so much, and keep up the great work. Thank you.
That concludes today's event, and thank you all for coming.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.